Hey there, everybody. It is Big Dave, and I'm back with the final, probably, episode of the Breaking Out series. It's been a long time since I did one of these. I was waiting for new maps to come out on Hitman 3 before I did the Hitman 3 specific episode. A new map just came out. So let's go through all the currently available maps on Hitman 3 and see where we can get out of bounds. So in Dubai, there's actually several places you can get out of bounds. But the most fun, I think, are the ones that get you out of bounds inside the building, where you can explore these lower levels down here that you can see over the railing. You can actually get down into a lower level right here at the very beginning from the initial starting point. Just turn right around, and we're going to boost over this rail right here. Well, okay. All right, well, I just accidentally showcased something that I was going to do later on, which is I boosted from the bottom floor to the top floor, or almost the top floor. So you can vertical boost from the initial starting point directly up into the penthouse. That's not what I meant to do, but there we go. All right, let's try this again. Well, crap. All right, so that time we boosted straight up again. All right, let's see if I can get a boost that actually sends me where I want to go. Oh, there it is. Oh, well, not exactly where I wanted to go. We'll get there. So I'm gonna try to boost over the railing here and kind of catch the ledge right there on the other side. There we go. So I'm going to walk this railing around and see if I can drop down onto this lower walkway. There it is. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So as you can see, we fell through a floor and then hit a plane, a death plane. So I was literally just about to say, some of the floors here you can fall through, and there are death planes everywhere. And I did both of those things before I could even say them. So you got to be careful about that when you're walking around down there. I'm going to try to walk over to the center one this time. There we go. So once you're down here, well, by the way, my shoes are sunken down into the floor, which is a little weird. But once you're down here, oh, we fell down to the next one. Again, there are invisible floors and death planes everywhere. I believe the death planes are closer to the outer wall. So once you're down here, if you stay close to the railing, you should be okay. Nope. So let's see what happens if we stay on top of the railing. Do we still hit this death plane? Maybe not. Though we can't stay on the railing forever. Oh, there we go. That's better. So walking on that railing, it seems like we were able to get past that death plane. And now we can go over here and see all the people that are down here on the balcony. There's actually a decent grouping of NPCs down here, as you can see. The main floor is right there. So, like, right here is where the party's happening. So this guy looks upset, so he can actually react to you. And you can shoot them. So I'm assuming you can't go in these. Oh, I stand corrected. So even though this is completely in the background, you can actually open this door and go in this room that has an invisible wall.
I would like to address the Providence partners directly.
Can you walk through this? Nope. Let's see. Can you open this door as well? Can. Oh, but you can't walk through the door. That's just bad construction right there. So let's see if we can't get out onto the outer structure here. There we go. All right. Yeah. Now, what can we do from here? Well, I mean, not a lot. You have to be careful because if you fall too far, of course, there's death planes down at the bottom. You won't just fall forever. But you can get on these big bars and run around, although it's not dissimilar from what you can do if you do the default starting location and you skydive into this level. You're crawling around on the structure anyway. But it's still kind of neat to know that you can get back out here if you want to. Woo! Finally. That took me a lot of tries, but I finally got a good boost out on top of the actual building. Look at that view. Fantastic. Well, it looks like this is it. I know you can boost even higher. I've seen somebody else do it where you can kind of boost on top of this thing, but I've never been able to successfully do it. But I'm sure it can be done. Still, getting up this high is a pretty good boost. All right, so let's move on to Dartmoor. Most of what we can do is really outside, just kind of breaking out of the map and running off into the wilderness. But let's do that. All right, so once we jump the fence, we can just kind of wander around the grounds out here. As always, when you're out of bounds, these kind of blurry areas, especially when they don't get hit by bullets like that, usually mean that you're going to fall through the ground. So try to avoid those areas. You can also go swimming if you want to. You can look at all the fish down here in the creek. There's a lot of them. On the front side of the property, however, once you get down into the water, there is a lot of area that you can walk on. And we're getting pretty close to these windmills, so that's cool. Let's see how far we can get. I've never gone this way before. We can't make it all the way there, unfortunately. I've come to the end of the area where there is walkable ground. Although it looks like when I shoot here, it's splashing water. This is how far I am away from the manor, by the way. I don't know. Let's walk this way and see how far we can actually get before we fall through the ground. Oh, there is walkable ground under here. Interesting. Well, we did it. We made it all the way to the windmills, only to find that they are not attached to the ground, though they do have collision. That's interesting. I'm just going to keep running until I fall off the map. All right, well, I reached the edge of the world here. If we walk any further, we are definitely going to be falling off the map. So you can see there's not much out here, just some random trees and stuff. A few more windmills, stuff to populate the background. There's no buildings or anything like that. It's just kind of wilderness. And there's Thornbridge Manor way back there in the background. All right, so I ran the walkable area out as far as it could go on the front end of the map. And here's the furthest, here's the furthest corner right here. You can see it's pretty far out, quite a distance away from the manor. Nothing really you can do out here, but it is interesting to see. Unfortunately, other than exploring the edge of the grounds, there's really not a whole lot more interesting you can do in Dartmoor. That's all right. So the Dartmoor Garden Show, obviously the exterior is going to be much the same. You can break out and run out into the wilderness again if you want to. But what we can do is actually boost up into the mansion and explore the inside, which surprisingly has nothing in it. All right, so we just do a simple vertical boost on the front porch underneath this balcony, and it should boost us straight up onto it. It's a very simple boost to get. Now, if we try to open these doors, you'll see that these curtains are drawn and we cannot get through these curtains. These curtains are made of steel and we cannot break through them. However, what we can do is jump off the side, grab the ledge, and crawl around the building until we get to a point where there would be an open window in the regular Dartmoor map. So once we get over to this window, as you can see, it's giving us the option to climb through, even though the window appears to be closed. So we can go ahead and do that. We'll go through the window, and then we will be inside the mansion. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of nothing in here. Basically, all the furniture has been removed. There's no NPCs wandering around or anything like that. It's just wide open. You can go downstairs if you want to. You can go all the way up to the top if you want to. There's just no lights. There's no furniture. There's really not much of anything going on. But you can come up to the very top balcony and enjoy the Dartmoor Garden show from above if you wanted to for some reason. Now in Berlin, there's honestly not a whole lot you can do. One thing you can do is boost on top of the gas station if you want to. Now, once you're up here, there's not really much you can do except walk around on the roof. But, you know, you can if you want to. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to get inside of the gas station and look around, but I couldn't figure out a way to. Although I'm sure if you did get in there, there wouldn't be anything to see. So one other thing you can do in Berlin is actually on the exact other side of the map from the gas station. If you go into the bikers building, you can boost over this railing into this area down here, which is normally not accessible. There we go. Now, once you're down here, there's really not a whole lot of places you can go. But one thing you can do is follow this road and see how far it goes. And it doesn't go very far. If you go down the road very far at all, you will quickly fall through the ground, but you can look up into the rave if you want to. Also, if you feel like it, you can take a swim down in this disgusting canal. And basically you can run the entire length of it. And even though the ground does have this blurry texture on it, as you can see, it is walkable. Of course, this thing is walled in, so there's not really a whole lot of places you can go, but you can go down there if you feel like it. Now, contrary to Berlin, where there's not really a whole lot you can do, in Chongqing, there's almost too much you can do. Basically, this entire map has boostable spots all over it. If you see a railing, you can boost over it. And there's railings everywhere. Now, some places you get down into will be enclosed, like this one is, but some places will be wide open. You can even boost out and climb around on the sides of buildings if you want to. Just don't accidentally walk through into one of these little sections like I did, or you will get trapped in here. You know, I tell you what, since the last time I did this, I think they've added some death planes into this map, which is really unfortunate. You used to be able to drop way down and run around on the ground, in the water, and like run around on the streets. It's been a while since I did practice for this video, but in recording it today, I feel like I've hit a whole lot more death planes than I did the last time I was practicing on it. Well, There's still tons of places you can boost to get to, but just know that your mileage may vary as to exactly where you can get to once you get a boost. It's still fun to play around with, though. All right, now we're on to the vineyards in Mendoza. Let's see if we can't hop the fence and run off into the wilderness out here. All right, nice. So here we are out in the vineyards outside of the normal playable area of the map. Let's see how far back it goes. So you can see after not very long, the vineyard itself turns into these flat 2D graphics. And we have this very blurry ground that you can shoot right through, which means, of course, that you'll probably fall through it if you try to walk on it. All right, so we can climb these rocks back here, get a nice view of the area. So these rocks do have collision and they go a decent distance, but we are running out of rocks and out of ground to walk on very quickly. Oh, and there we go. I'd love to see if we could walk all the way out to whatever that building is right there. Kind of looks like a church, maybe. I'm assuming we can't actually get anywhere near it, but I'm going to try. Oh, it looks like that building might be on some rocks, which may have collision, but I'm not sure there's any path to really get there that we can walk on. All right, let's see if I can climb up on top of these rocks first. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, here's the problem. As soon as I jump off these rocks, even though it looks like you should be able to walk on that ground, I'm not getting any collision with my bullets. Well, there we go. Oh, nope. No, darn it. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to get back there, unfortunately. That's too bad. Alright, so I've never tried getting into this little side area over here that's not part of the vineyard. So let's try to do that. Alright, there we go. So everything over here seems to have collision. And it was fenced in over here until this area right here. I'm going to try walking on it, but... well, it looks like we're getting water underneath this. So we may be able to walk through it and not fall all the way through the level. Let's find out. Nope. Oh, well. Now we know. So I'm going to try getting down into this area again and traveling on these rocks over here. There we go. To see how far we can get if we go this way. Because all these rocks seem to have collision, which is good. It looks like the rocks... some of the rocks have collision and some of them don't. The further out we get... well, this looks like the end of the line for this side of the map. Pretty much walked everywhere I can walk. The walkable area really does not extend that far. It's not like Dartmoor where you can just run and run and run and get miles away before you run out of area to walk. They really tightened up the area of ground that has collision, which is unfortunate for breaking out. Obviously, it makes sense in terms of actually playing the game because you're not supposed to be out here in the first place. But, you know, it's fun when you do break out to actually have some places to go. It would be cool if you could boost out into the lake here and run across to that little island. What do you think the odds are that we can do that? I would say 100% not possible, but let's try anyway. We were able to boost out onto these rocks, but it does not want to let us get down in that water. I don't know why. Oh well, even if we got down there, it wouldn't make any difference. There's no way there's a walkable area on the bottom of this lake all the way over to that island. Unfortunately, I feel like this is probably all that Mendoza has to offer in terms of breaking out. Now, as far as the Carpathian Mountains go, of course, it's not exactly a standard Hitman level. You're basically stuck on a train, and there's not really a whole lot of other places you can go. I mean, there's no other places you can go. You can almost completely explore the train, but you can't really get off of it. There used to be a way to get out of bounds by climbing a certain way on the train. You were able to hop off, but I'm pretty sure they patched that out. And even if you did get off the train, all you do is fall straight through the map. There was no walkable collision on anything outside of the train. So unfortunately, as far as the Carpathian Mountains is concerned, there's really not much for us to see here. So lastly, here we have Ambrose Island, and much like the Isle of Scale and Haven Island, there's really not much you can do in terms of breaking out. But there is a little section you can get to that is out of bounds, and it's if we boost off of the rope bridge here. This area right down here is not normally accessible, but with a boost over the rope bridge edge, we can get to it. All right, there we go. So once we get down here, you can see we have a nice little beach area with some trees, some rocks, some water, and that's it. You can climb up the rocks a little bit, though I haven't been able to get up very far. But if you could theoretically climb up these rocks and walk around on the various rocky areas that would not normally be accessible throughout the island. I was hoping maybe that you could be able to walk out to this ship, but unfortunately, as you can see, all you really do is fall through the map. Now, if you go the other way, it looks like you might be able to walk over there to the village area, but it actually stops you. For whatever reason, this part of the beach actually has collision, which is strange because you can't normally get down here, but it won't let you go out of bounds in this direction, only in this direction. So I know that's a bit anticlimactic, but so far that's the only out of bounds I've been able to find on Ambrose Island. There may be some that are found later on, and if so, I may make follow-up videos about that. And of course, we do have freelancer mode coming out soon, and possibly new maps in the future, who knows? And if so, I will definitely make videos about those as well. But for now, that's going to be it for the Breaking Out series. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. I am Big Dave, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.